Welcome, and hello to Dragon Age 201, your spoilery guide to the world of Dragon Age. I'm Ghil, your lore archivist, and today I'm going to help you quickly understand the basics of the Qunari. Now, please keep in mind that if you have not played the games before and want to play the entire series, you are going to want to head on down to my Dragon Age 101 series of videos linked down below. What lies across the sea to the east of Thedas is quite a big mystery, but the Qunari sailed from lands unknown to Parvalin in 630 Steel, about 300 years before Veilguard. They conquered the island and soon tried to dominate mainland Thedas. It took all of Thedas working together to push back the Qunari, and even then, fighting only stopped when a peace treaty was signed. Although Tevinter never signed the Elomeran Accords, the two have been fighting over Saharon ever since. Now, the confusing part of the Qunari is that it can refer to two different things: the race and the faction. The Qunari race has been this big, hairy debate in the fandom because technically the race is not called the Qunari, but everyone in Thedas calls them the Qunari. Frankly, this debate doesn't matter. Call them the Qunari. We're going to skip over this and only be talking about the faction today. To understand Qunari, the faction, we first need to talk about the Qun. The Qun is not quite a religion, but it is a set of practices and social organization that follows strict rules and chains of command. In lore, while we have gotten some glances at the Qun through the lens of people who follow it, a lot of the finer details are still a mystery to us. From the perspective of Southern Thedas, the Qun tells people how to live. People under the Qun do not have names, but use titles that refer to what their role is in society. Everything is dictated under the Qun, and those that follow it are given a sense of purpose and mastery in their role, as well as the comfort that your life is planned out for you, and that you serve the greater community of the Qun. Anyone can be part of the Qun, and they actually have a large population of elves that would rather be seen as equals under these strange rules, rather than a second-class citizen across much of Thedas. The Qun is split up into 3 branches, and each branch is led by a part of the Salisari, or known across Thedas as the Triumvirate. The heads of these branches are as such. The Arigena, head of the working class, she is responsible for nurturing and maintaining community health. The Ariqun, head of the priesthood, they head the progress of science and how the Qun is taught to the masses. The Arishok, head of the military, he is responsible for protecting and dealing with foreign matters. Now, currently in Thedas, something unusual is happening with the Qunari. Up until now, from the outside, the Qunari have been a well-oiled machine, with those who break away shunned from the larger community. But as of Trespasser, something is going wrong, and frankly, we aren't quite sure what. While we don't have the exact reasons as of yet, the leading belief is that the 3 leaders of the Qun were split on what to do about the absurd magic situation in southern Thedas. You see, the Qun hates magic. Any person that shows an ability to magic is broken, leashed up, and considered extremely dangerous. Their lips are sewn shut and are basically taught to only perform magic under the command of another. So, to them, the events of Inquisition were terrifying. The Antam, the Qunari military, has been leading pushes to control or destroy large swaths of Thedas because of this, with large parts of Ravane, like the city of Treviso, being under Qunari control, and Tevinter having a large number of cities destroyed by the Qunari, as seen in the Wraiths of Tevinter comic series. Even Arlington Forest is not safe, as in the novel Tevinter Nights, the Qunari had captured a number of Tevinter citizens to start chopping away at the forest. Now, if you played Dragon Age 2, you might remember coming in contact with the past leader of the Antam, the Arishok. While that Arishok is dead either by Hawk's hand or by the Qun, as the other leaders were displeased at how he handled the situation at Kirkwall, the new Arishok is someone longtime fans should know. While his name has changed to reflect his title, as is the custom, we learned in the comics that the current Arishok is our Qunari companion Sten from Dragon Age Origins. So the question is our friend Sten, or how the fandom likes to refer to him now, Stenishok, responsible for all of this? Frankly, we don't know. Another possibility is that someone else within the Qun has taken control from him. In the short story Genitivi Dies in the End from Tevinter Nights, Rasan, a second in command of the Ariqun, notes that the Antam are hers now. While she could have just been referring to the unit of Qunari seen in the story, it's also possible that she or even the Ariqun are currently controlling the Antam. However, even that could be incorrect, as seen in the short story 3 Trees to Midnight from the same book. The Ben Hasrath, who are controlled by the Arakune, are investigating the Qunari invasion of Ventus, believing some of the Antam to have behaved outside of the Qune's moral code. The only thing we know for sure is that the Antam are currently separate from the larger body of the Qune, and that they want to control the rest of Thedas, and we don't know who exactly is holding the reins. And that, my dear Delens, are the basics of the Qunari. I'm also happy to announce that this is the end of the Dragon Age 201 series. This should be everything you need to get a grasp on the lore of Thedas before you start your journey into Veilguard. If you would like to learn more about certain subjects, I've linked a playlist below with more comprehensive videos on a wide variety of subjects mentioned here. But be careful, while I do mark spoilers on my channel, it's your job to take notice of them. So I do hope you enjoy your adventures in Thedas once again, and until next time, Darash Shiral.